A certain Mark Knopfler has turned up on the channel a couple of times just recently, but with other artists. So it must be time to see him in action on his own terms, with Dire Straits. Hi, and welcome to another long song listen-along, and today, hopefully, watch-along, as I'm turning to Alchemy and checking out its lengthy opening track, Once Upon a Time in the West. Now, I know, you're thinking, if you're doing Alchemy, you should look at Sultans of Swing or Telegraph Road. Yeah, I know, but I've seen those, whereas I haven't seen this, so I hope that's okay. Neat. So, like this video if you haven't already, and let's head over to the TV room and give it a watch. Here we go. All right, that was Once Upon a Time in the West. Presumably there was a bit of applause that was cut off at the end of the video there. I was expecting to get at least some more crowd approval than the brief shots we got mid-song. Hey, nevertheless, highly enjoyable performance. As with a lot, if not all of the tracks on Alchemy, probably a better outing than the original studio version. Even though I think the Communique album that this originally opened is kind of overlooked in the Dire Straits. Brief, very good catalogue. Now, I never saw them live. They did play in Auckland on the on Every Street tour in the early 90s. I was probably 11 or 12, and friends went, and afterwards they came and said, "Oh, you could have come with us because you could get in for free if you were an adult." I was like, "Well, thank you very much. This is great news after the fact." So, yeah. But I did see Mark solo at the Royal Albert Hall in 2010. I'd only been in the country a few months, and it was one of the first gigs I went to over this side of the world, and he was amazing. I think Alan Clark was in his band with him at that point too. Um, and he had a back injury, so he sat down all night, but man, could he still play. Yes, he could. And what a band he had with him. Brilliant. So that kind of made up for that disappointment from my youth. Anyway, as I say, the quality of the visuals on that wasn't 100% as high quality as was promised in the description of the YouTube video, but it was still an enjoyable watch for me, and I hope for you. And as I mentioned at the top of the video, Mark has featured recently on the channel as he managed to play on the final top 40 hits of two very notable artists. You can find out which ones here. So I'll just say thank you for watching today and bye for now, but not for long.
Acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.